Just put your heart into it, know what you want, and just focus on it. There may be hardships and trials, but at the end of the day, if you know what you want, you'd be able to achieve it.
Hey everyone, welcome to Chats About Success. It's a podcast to know how Filipinos can succeed in today's world. I'm your host, Daniel Lantin, and today's episode is sponsored by the Entitled Podcast Network. If you're interested in starting your own podcast, or if you want someone to manage your podcast promotions or edit your podcast episodes, the Entitled Podcast Network has got you covered. Full disclaimer, this is my own company, so if you want to get your podcast on the air and work with me, send an email to entitledgroupofficial@gmail.com. And today, we have one of my best friends on the show. We had her internship in, one of the greatest hotels in the world back in 2012, and we've made great friends since then. And currently, she's one of the best and most sought after hoteliers in the Philippines today. Ladies and gentlemen, fresh from work, everyone say hello to Toni Tolentino. Toni, what up?
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, Davi.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I just came from work, like you mentioned.
Yeah, like, how long was your shift? What time did you start?
Started at 9 p.m. up until 7, so around 10 hours.
Dang, are you always like
Yeah.
night shift? Or it depends.
Depends,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
yeah. Mm.
Okay. So guys, anyway, for context, that's why we're laughing so much.
Okay.
We're literally like Tony and I are super close. Like we would just randomly just laugh whenever we're together. We're like, "What's up?" It's like we haven't seen each other for a decade, but
And it's my first time to see you again. So
I know, man. And you're
it's
engaged.
funny.
You're all
Oh my
engaged, yo.
I
Congratulations.
know. Thank you.
Okay,
Okay.
wait. Let's get to it. Mamaya na. So, Tones, quickly tell everyone like who you are and what you currently
Oh,
do.
so, hi everyone. I'm Toni Tolentino and I'm currently working as a duty manager in a five-star hotel.
Nice. And can you quickly tell us what you do on, a normal day, a normal average work day as a duty manager? It could be pre-COVID or like during COVID, whatever you prefer.
Okay. Actually, what the duty manager does on a daily basis is to ensure that we actually see that the operations, most especially in the front desk, would actually run smoothly. And we also make sure that the staff would work efficiently. But most importantly, we handle guest complaints. So
Mm,
that's the main role of the duty manager.
that sounds tough. Is it like super hard? Because it seems very stressful to handle guest complaints.
Actually, for me personally, it's hard because you can't really predict what complaint would happen next. So it's something that you get to learn something new every day. It's not like um, you can actually tell what complaint would happen. So it's challenging, but stressful at the same time. But you actually get to learn a lot of things from experience.
Yeah. What do you enjoy most about it though? Like, your job now being a hotelier.
Well, I actually enjoy this work because ever since I was a kid, I actually dreamt of working and becoming a hotelier. So, just a side story. When I was a kid, my mom actually worked in a hotel. So, she was a front office manager. So, whenever she would go to work, I'd be with her. So, I actually saw um, front desk people doing check in, check out, how they engage with people. And so I told myself that one day I'd actually work in a hotel, and here I am. So I'm actually happy with the choice of work that I done.
That's awesome. There's like alam mo yung there's like a dream, ano yan, expectation versus reality thing. So when you were a
Yeah.
kid, you were like, "Oh wow, that seems like an awesome job. It seems so much fun." And then you actually do it. Was there anything na, parang misconception about, being a hotelier?
Actually, when I saw it first before, when I was a kid, I just thought that, oh, you're just going to stand for 8 hours, you're just going to talk to people, and then that's it. But reality wise, it's actually hard because you get to stand for 8 hours, which is really tiring physically. And you also need to engage with other people, wherein even though you're having a bad day or you don't feel like it, or um, you're shy, perhaps, you just have to really um, mingle with other people. And even though, like what I said, you're having a bad day, you should still put a smile on your face and not like let other people notice that your day isn't really going well. Because as a hotelier, it's really your job to make the guests feel that they're actually welcome, and that their stay would be awesome. So
Got it.
yeah.
But you've been like a hotelier for, correct me if I'm wrong, 8 years? 8 years?
Yeah, 8 years.
So like most of our friends, they don't last that long in the industry. So like I don't know, they end up shifting careers or something.
Yeah.
What's your secret to you know, longevity? What's your secret to, staying in the game?
Actually, the secret is actually you just have to know what you really want. If you want it, then there's no reason for you to shift to another job. And if you've really told yourself that you'd see yourself grow and be successful in that specific field, I think there's no reason to actually leave.
So you did mention so you've been 8 years in the industry, right? So you started as a front office associate in like a small hotel to now a duty manager for one of the biggest hotel chains in the world, quite frankly. And for people who are aspiring to be a successful hotelier like you are, what can you tell them?
Well, like what I've actually told most people who are new in the field, most especially my colleagues, what I tell them is that this job is really challenging because it is actually emotionally tiring, physically, mentally. But at the end of the day, if it's what you want, then you'll actually feel that you learn from all these challenges and experiences. So, what I also advise people, for me, is when you work in the hotel, you have to aim to get promoted. For example, for me, I actually have at least 2 years in which I aim to move up higher. So before, like what you mentioned, I was an associate, then I transferred to a 5-star hotel from a 4-star, then from an agent to supervisor, then now duty manager. So that's what you really have to aim for. You just have to set your goals and work for it.
Yeah. How do you get promoted that fast though? Because some people, I know some people in the hotel industry, they stay in like the same position for like 5 years or so. You get promoted almost every other year or something. Why is that? Like what are you doing differently?
Well, I just put my heart into it. I mean, I told myself that I really want to get promoted in a span of 2 years or less. It's like a goal wherein I want to actually achieve it. And when you set your heart into something, you feel more motivated to actually do good. And as a person, I actually want things to be done. I'm not the type of person who wants to leave things pending. So when like my bosses tell me that it needs to be done, I actually do it on time. And I guess when you love what you do, they see the passion in you. So maybe that's what makes it different.
Got it. And like even back in Wyoming though, like during our internship, I already saw you as, as a super hardworking person who's actually dedicated to, her work. Um, for context, sometimes, back in Wyoming in 2012, um, all of us want to go out, but Tony was like, "Oh no, I have work tomorrow, so I gotta rest." So she's super dedicated to what she's doing, and I just want to know, like, have you always been like this? Like even as a kid, were you always someone who's hardworking and dedicated?
Actually, I think, yeah, I think I'm actually dedicated to whatever I set my mind into.
Yeah.
So like when we were in Wyoming, I just also focus on work, but at the same time, I also get to hang out with you guys. So it's just a matter of balance.
Yeah.
And yeah,
But like,
that's
where
it.
does this come from? Because like, you know, most people like myself when I was a kid, I was super lazy. I didn't want to really do anything. But you did mention that ever since you were a kid, you were already kind of striving for excellence, right? Like, where did that come from?
Well, it's actually nice to feel like you accomplish things when you actually get things done and when you know that what you did was actually good enough. I think that's what actually makes me keep going.
Yeah.
That feeling that at the end of the day you actually did great
Hmm.
and you did what you can. So yeah.
Got it. But like, so this mindset is just like you grew up with this mindset of like, I'm gonna achieve this even when you were younger. Like, when you achieve things, I feel good. Is that how you felt?
When I was a kid, I think I didn't really think of it that way.
Yeah.
But as I grew older, like when I actually started college, that's when I wanted to be a part of the Dean's Lister. So I actually worked hard for it, and that's when I felt that it's actually nice to work for something, and then at the end of the day, you actually get good results.
Got it. What's your ultimate goal though?
Well, aside from being successful, of course, everyone's ultimate goal is to become successful. It's actually better if you're successful and happy at the same time because most people are successful but they're not happy. So I think that will be the greatest thing that would actually make a person feel complete is when you're doing what you want and at the same time you're actually happy doing it.
And like, if someone asks you, because like, it's a thing now. Most people, like, they think they're once they get their dream income, their dream jobs, they'll be happy. But when they reach that point, they're like, "Wow, this isn't what I expected. I'm so miserable right now." What do you tell someone who's gonna ask you like, "Tony, how do I become happy?"
Actually, for me, I think that um, people really don't get satisfied with whatever they have. So it's like they keep on wanting more and more. So that's what keeps you motivated, not to just settle for what you have. So your mindset would be you would want something more, but in a good way. I mean, like if you have good salary already, you still want to work hard so you can earn more. So it's never like people would actually settle in that level, but I think they would actually try to work hard to earn more. So I think that um, if people would actually ask me how to be happy, it's just that you have to remember that work is important, but you also have to balance life. You have to go out, you have to go with your friends, family, because if you just work and work, it gets really draining. So you just have to learn to balance things.
I agree. So, Tones, before we go to the last three questions, I just want to say thank you again for being here. I know you had a long day at work, and I just invited you to the podcast a few days ago, and you were like, "Yes, I'll be there." So, thank you so much for being here, and
Of course.
and I just want to say, I'm super proud of you for what you've accomplished. In 2012, when we were talking about what we wanted to do in life, from that moment on, you were like, no, I'm gonna be a hotelier. I'm gonna make this my career, and I'm gonna do it. And you actually did it. And you were like, when I go back to the Philippines, I'll get a car, and you got a car. And all these things. And it amazes me how when you just focus on what you want to achieve, you just actually achieve it. So congratulations, super proud of you.
Thank you.
And since we're talking about success, I want to know what's your. I'm not sure if this is already your previous answer about happiness, but what's your definition of success, and what's the highest form of success to you?
Well, my definition of success is every time I end my shift or my duty, that feeling wherein I get to tell myself that I did well and that I did a great job is already a form of success. I mean, it may not be the main definition of success for others, but it takes small steps. But you should also learn to appreciate yourself, and then the rest would follow.
Got it. And what's the highest form of success to you?
Highest form of success? I think it is when you actually achieve what you really worked for, what you really wanted. That will be the biggest success. And then you can actually tell yourself that, hey, I did it after all those hardships and trials. Hey, I'm here, I did it. And you know that you deserve it. So that's the form of biggest success for me.
Love it. Um, I'm not sure if I can ask this, but like I can just edit it out if I can't. But like, what's like your dream like dream job, dream position?
Well, right now, as a duty manager, everyone's dream is actually, of course, to aim higher. So I'd actually want to be a front office manager, though even if it's not really in a five-star hotel, 4 star is fine. It's just that, being a front office manager with a title and all is really different. So yeah, at this point now, I can say that if given the chance, of course, I would want to be promoted to a front office manager, and
Got it.
hopefully, soon enough to general manager, etc.
Dude, I'm sure you'll get it. It's just a matter of time. I'm pretty sure. Like you're super near. Um, so Tones, if people want to get in touch with you, or follow you online, where can they find you?
They can actually add me up in Instagram. So it's TON with a four eyes 29. And Facebook, it's Toni Tolentino, or LinkedIn as well. So you can just add me up.
Are we promoting TikTok by any chance?
Um, I'm good.
So Tony doesn't have TikTok. so so, so who do you know like that? Who do you know that should be like on the podcast next?
I think one of the people that I'd like to actually be a part of your podcast would be Karen.
Hmm.
Karen Victoriano. Right? Yeah, you know her.
Yeah.
I can see that she's dedicated with her job, and she's actually, I can also see success in her. So I think she should be a part of your podcast.
It's awesome. Karen, I'm reaching out to you right after this. Toad's last question. If you were to give one tip for somebody to be successful, what would it be?
Just put your heart into it, just know what you want, and just focus on it. There may be hardships and trials, but at the end of the day, if you know what you want, you'd be able to achieve it.
Toni Tolentino, everybody. Tones, thanks for stopping by.
Welcome.
And that's it, folks. That ends today's episode. If you want to watch a full video of this episode, just subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just search for Chats About Success. And to get more content behind the scenes, or if you want to be a part of the community, follow us on Instagram at instagram.com/successchats. And if you want to be a guest on the podcast or know anyone who might be interested in being a guest on the show, just send an email to chatsaboutsuccess@gmail.com. Until then, I hope you achieve your goals, and I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.